I am working on a truck. Should be a nice change of pace. This is a 2014 Ford F-150, and the customer complaint is a warning message saying service StabiliTrac. So StabiliTrac is Ford's traction and stability control system. It monitors the steering angle and the wheel speed, and then it can independently apply your brakes to keep you from crashing, at least in theory. So most of the heavy lifting of the StabiliTrac system is handled by the ABS, the anti-lock brake system. And the ABS module has 3 codes. There's a C1440, pressure difference sensor circuit error. There's a C116A, ABS pressure transducer boo mismatch, and a C1963, stability control inhibit warning. So we're going to ignore the C1963 for right now. I'm pretty sure all that means is that there's something wrong, so the truck has disabled the stability control system entirely. So we're going to focus on one of the other 2 codes. It doesn't really matter which one. They should both take us to the same place. This is a pretty straightforward diagnosis. You're going to have a scan tool that can read live data from the ABS module. Yeah, apparently it's Service AdvanceTrac, not StabiliTrac. Wonder who makes StabiliTrac. Anyway, the problem is the same. I don't remember seeing this yaw rate sensor code. That's interesting. This is the boo, the brake on-off signal. When I push the brake pedal down, it should change from off to on. And it does. Well, there's your problem. The main brake pressure says 3,500 psi, 23,000 kilopascals. The truck is not running. I am not touching the brake pedal. When I push the pedal down, that pressure should increase. So I'm pushing the pedal, and nothing is happening. Voltage is good. We're communicating just fine, but that is not right. That's the end of the diagnosis, believe it or not. I went through the pinpoint test for the C116A code, and it says if we have more than 40 psi in the main ABS pressure without pushing the brake pedal, we fail the test and we need to replace the HCU, the hydraulic control unit. I believe that's just the actual mechanical valve assembly that's part of the ABS system, but I don't think you can buy it separately. You have to buy the whole ABS module unit. And that's where we run into a problem. It's only available from the dealership, and it costs $3,600. I'll say that again. It costs $3,600. That is insane. I believe that's actually more expensive than a rebuilt long block engine for an ABS module. I have no idea how they can justify charging that kind of money for that kind of part. Yeah, that's like 20, maybe 25% of the total value of this truck for an ABS module. Anyway, we cannot do that. So I think we're looking at used parts. I'm sure I'll regret saying this, but it doesn't look too bad. It's right here on the frame rail. All I did was pull off the kind of the intake snorkel. This truck's not too rusty. I think we got a pretty good chance at it. Look at that. I don't know where he got this thing, but it is not rusty. It's actually only got, what, 30,000 miles on it? 31,000 miles on it? Kind of surprising that it's having problems. But sometimes sitting around is just as hard on them as driving them, or sometimes it's even worse. Couple of bolts, I think, and we can pull that thing out of there. We just pulled this one out of the truck, and this one came from the junkyard. The new one costs $3,600. The junkyard one costs $70. That's right, it is 1/50th of the price of a new one. So even if it doesn't work, we're not out a whole lot. Now my plan is to swap the electronic module from one unit to the other, because these things have to be programmed. I'm pretty confident I can program this unit, but programming used modules can be challenging. So if we don't have to, we're not going to. I don't think there's anything wrong electronically. I think it's a mechanical problem in the valve body, so we should be able to just gently pop this thing off, like so. Now that connection there, I believe, is for the motor, for the pump. And these contacts here, I believe, are for the pressure transducer, the pressure sensor. The sensor itself, I don't know if that's serviceable, but it shouldn't matter. Let's set that aside. Pull in our donor. Pop it apart. This one's quite a bit more crusty, but if it works, I don't really care. I know that surface looks bad, but it feels nice and smooth. Okie dokie, let's put it in. Just throw it on the floor. It's going to end up there anyway. Well, right off the hop, things are looking better. 0 PSI. If I push the brake pedal, it does go up. That's encouraging. Let's see if it'll let me clear the codes. No DTCs. Okay. Now the fun part. We have to bleed the ABS system. All right, let's see if we can get the bleeders open, and we'll go through this procedure. Sometimes it can be a lot of fun. Well, for some reason the pressure bleeder doesn't want to build pressure. The seals must be dried out. So we're going to have to do this the old school way, but I don't think it'll be too difficult, knock on wood. So we'll start with the left front. So it's just going to actuate the pump and cycle the solenoids. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go pump the pedal. Yeah. Okay. I think we just repeat that for all 4 wheels, and we should have it. The brakes are bled. The codes are cleared. I don't see any leaks. I think we're done. Okay, well, for reasons I can't explain, as soon as I drive the truck, that C1440 code comes back. I clear it and it resets immediately. So we're going to try to swap to the junkyard electronic module. We're going to do the PMI, the programmable module installation, and we're just going to see what happens. Okay. So select yes if the available original ABS module still installed in the vehicle. So we're going to select yes. Okay, we're going to hit OK. Ignition is on. Set the ignition switch to off. Okay, the ignition is off. Install new module in the vehicle. So I'm going to swap the wire from the old one to the new one. Okay, there's the original module. New one's been installed. Now we have to turn the key to on. Okay, key is on. Procedure succeeded, it says. Set ignition switch to off. Okay, sometimes you have to do this interactive vehicle dynamics setup. So we're going to do that real quick just to make sure everything's okay. Okay. All right, well, let's try and drive it and see what it does. I didn't even make it out of the bay last time. Yeah, I know, seatbelt. Well, I think we got it. No problems so far. I don't have an explanation for that. Everything looked fine on the live data, but it would set that code. I mean, I didn't even get turned around, and it already set the code. I don't know why it wouldn't play nice with the old module. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't matter, I guess. I think that's it for the Ford. Pretty simple job, really. I mean, the only curveball was the insane cost of the new part, and I still don't have an explanation for that. I mean, it's not like it's rare. This is a Ford F-150. It's the best-selling vehicle in North America. There are literally millions of them on the road. I don't get it. I mean, is it price gouging or greed, or did somebody make a mistake? I have no idea. I don't have an explanation for why we couldn't reuse the original electronic module. I only did that because I thought it was going to make things easier, and in the end, it made things more difficult. But it's not a big deal to program the new module. You do have to have a pretty good scan tool. I'm using the Launch X431. I know the Autel can do it as well, and the Snap-on, probably other scan tools. You don't need a J-box, but you do need, a pretty decent scan tool. Yeah, I guess that's it. I had a lot of comments and questions about, videos, fixing cars, where's the automotive content? I don't have a great answer for that. It's been difficult with the shop being such a mess after we built the office. The other problem too is that I don't want to say that I've seen everything, but I don't like to make repeat videos. I don't like to repeat myself. And it's gotten very difficult to find new things to fix on cars that I haven't already made a video about. In fact, I thought this was feeling kind of familiar, and I went back and looked. I have made a video about replacing a Ford ABS module before, and I believe in that video I reused the original electronic control module, so we didn't have to do any programming. So, yeah, I mean, there's always new things to learn and new things to see, but I'm in kind of an isolated area here, and I only see certain types of vehicles. So I see a lot of the same kind of pattern failures and, pattern repairs, but it's a little more difficult to find that, evergreen content when it comes to automotive. So I don't know where we're headed with that. It's probably going to be more of a mix, and some of you will like that and some of you won't, and I guess that's just how it is. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here next time. Go. Pretty good.